But okay, I'll get this together. Typically, like it's $150 to install toilet. Okay. And then my hourly rate is $85 an hour. Okay. So then to plumb the other two, probably 2 hours.
Woke up this morning, I didn't give a fuck. Took the first sip of my coffee, and I knew I still didn't give a fuck. It's a beautiful morning, and guess what? I don't give a fuck.
Case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph, and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. Now there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay on here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
Yo. What's happening, everybody? What's going on with it? So we're going to get into this, man. I wanted to, there's so much going on, guys. So for the people that have been joining the lives, we've been covering the Dolly situation. We're going to cover that a little bit today, but, you know, if you've been keeping up with what I've been doing, we're going to go, you know, really, really into that, right? And we will, right? We will. But I want to clear up a lot of stuff that I've been seeing. I hate the situation as what it is, but I love to see the awareness on this person. And I want to share you a story that you may not know. There's a lot of information going on, and I see a lot of my old clips being played all around YouTube, and I love it. Here I've been putting this awareness out for years, but many of you don't know the history of all of this, right? And I'm really going to teach you something today. We're going to go back. I'm going to show you a survivor that you don't even know about with JLR. Magnolia was not the first. And I'm going to paint you a picture. This live is not about JLR. I've been going all the way in. It is, but not fully. I've been going in on Dolly. And I'm going to tell you how this all happened, right? I'm going to tell you who Magnolia is because I'm not going to victim blame, but I'm going to educate you. And it's nothing that I haven't done in the past. So we're going to be very truthful here, but make no mistake, these fangirls have to stop. The denial has to stop. You have a creator on live making fun of the situation and Dolly, and there's a picture of his girlfriend beat up. So we're going to get into it all. Right. And I'm going to start holding a lot of people accountable that are in denial. Right. I'm going to hold a lot of people in account, but I want to teach you the entire story here. The entire story. I want to show you survivors that you don't know about. And you know what? I think we'll start with this because I have to go back to the history of me and JLR. So there's no better way to show you one of the first conversations I had with JLR. And guess what he was talking about? Guess how fake he was. He was talking about he's here for domestic violence victims. Oh, I have it in real time. Me and him. Let's have a look-see, shall we? Let's go back in history and let's learn this. And let's start calling these people out who don't want to believe that Dolly Vision and JLR are woman beaters. Because I'm here to tell you, and I will sit on this hill for years until it is all the way through every last denial's thick little skull until you understand these receipts. I will shove these receipts down your throat until you digest it and understand that these dudes hit women. That's what we're here to do, but I'm here to show you the whole history. Chat, I love you. I see you. Let me cook. Let's have a look-see, shall we? Look at this shit. Look at this oldie goldie. I've been telling y'all there's history here. But we're going to fucking get into it tonight. Let's have a listen, shall we? Let's have a little bit of a listen, shall we?
Right, for the last couple of days, you guys been seeing me out here with John. Just want him to like take a second to tell you who he is and how he knows Gabby and whatnot. Go ahead, John, and also to follow his Facebook page.
Listen to the words, and a lot of you guys got fooled.
I know Gabby's.
But take the information in. It doesn't matter if you like Dukes. Take it in.
I do take this personally, as you see all my videos that have been circulating online. I've been out in front of the Laundry family for 2 weeks now. Ever since Gabby went missing, I was the very first person to go to the Laundry's house with a bullhorn alone, basically saying, "Where's Gabby? Cooperate. Where's Brian? He needs to cooperate with authorities." And then once Gabby was found, God bless, I went back to the Laundries, and I've been out there almost like every day, letting the Laundries know we are here. We seek justice for Gabby, Gabby's family, all victims of domestic violence. We're not going anywhere, and you need to cooperate now.
All victims of domestic violence. That's me and JLR. Now, people, let me share something with you. He does tell the truth about something in this video. JLR Investigates went to Gabby Petito's case. We're going through a history lesson, ladies and gentlemen. So buckle down, get your popcorn, and you can't deny the truth. He did know Gabby Petito's cousin. Guess who also knows Gabby Petito's cousin? Who's got two thumbs and knows Gabby's cousin? This guy. What you may or may not know is they were kind of talking at a point. There was a time where Gabby was spending Gabby's cousin, stayed the night at Bullhorn Betty's. Bullhorn Betty got all jealous of this cousin. And thank God nothing happened between the cousin and JLR. Thank God. She's a good person. She's a good person, right? But she also got played by this asshole, right? I'm not going to get into it. It's nobody's business. It's a fact, right? There's privacy that I have to respect, right? But he says it in this clip, right? He says it in this clip. If you can recall, I met Gabby's great aunt when I was out there. I'll drop a picture in this live stream because I have some more pictures for the people who don't, just for the history lesson. Let's do that real fast. Actually, let's go back to this part right here. Just so everyone's clear. Hold on.
Where could they find you on social media, John?
Jonathan Riches, JONATHANRICHATS. So as you see, we're in front of Cassie Laundry. As you all know, the new developments with this case, Cassie lied to the media, claimed that she hadn't seen Brian before September 1st. Brian on September 1st and also September 6th. Answer questions. Was she involved when he returned home after killing Gabby out reserve? The Porto Soto, if I don't say that right, Mayahatchee Environmental State Park, Creek Park. We've been giving these photos, wanted pictures of him. We're out here seeking justice for Gabby, and we're getting face justice soon. So hopefully he gets apprehended and he faces justice and he goes away in cuffs forever.
All right, man. Just wanted to get you on here. And,
thank you, and God bless you for your work too, because I've seen you out here for days too, brother. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for bringing awareness to this case.
No problem, JLR. No problem, but I will bring awareness to your domestic violence too. Not a problem. You have to thank me. And he's talking about these. Okay. Now, JLR is a complete fucking scumbag. And so is Dolly Vision. And we're going to get into it. And we are going to get into it because I have a lot of oldie goldies to show you. And I'm going to drop all of you guys in denial an entire playlist. Any creator, if you're covering this, you better listen up. Because all the stuff, all the weird videos where he's showing the woman's panties with shit stains, where he's sucking off a soda bottle like it's Adolf Hitler. And all the weird shit that he's done in cases, I've been telling people for years. I see it spread all over, and that's great, right? But it comes from one channel. Why would this one little channel with a couple hundred subscribers be putting out so much awareness? Well, let me tell you, it's a woman. Before I'll show you the survivor that you don't know it momentarily, but I have to, there's a lot to cover. I'm going to take a quick second. I got ADD. I'm going to acknowledge the comments because I love you guys, but I have a lot on my mind and I need to get this correct information out, right? There's a lot of people that are not there's a lot of denial, and I don't, and I want to explain to you two things. Next, I'm going to tell you about Magnolia. And then I want to tell you about, for the people in the chat, press 1. I'm going to the comments right now. Press 1 in the chat if you've been here and you've experienced any of Dolly's domestic survivors hit my panel. I may have a survivor in chat. Press 1 if you've seen the picture of PJ all beat up. Remember the one that she reported because she wants it off the internet? You guys realize that was a selfie after Dolly beat her up, right? You guys realize that she texted somebody that picture, somebody that you probably know. Oh, I want to say it so bad, but you already know the person. It's not my story to tell. But that person has the receipts, timestamps. But watch this. I'm going to prove to you, not my words. I'm going to play a clip right here of Bullhorn Betty saying that PJ Vision, the one that got beat up, the picture that y'all saw, all the ones, that PJ Vision sent Betty. She tried to use Betty to leak this stuff about JLR. Now, let's talk about that for a second. I have been doing a lot of awareness on the Dolly and the PJ situation and their DV. All of a sudden, and she's reporting me. I'm posting that I'm beating all, I'm killing them on the appeal process, but she's desperately want me in this channel to shut up. Chat, have my back if you've witnessed it. All of a sudden, it's like, listen, I'm not really a victim of domestic violence. I mean, I've told the story. I got stabbed once by this chick. It was crazy. It was back during my, when I was living fast and selling dope. And some chick said that I banged her in her butt. I don't even like butt sex. That's so not true. But my ex believed it, right? And I'm like, I didn't do that. And she stabbed me with a screwdriver. And I ran out the house, but I'm not like a survivor or a victim, right? But there's certain behaviors that women do, right? PJ, we will prove what's happening there. I mean, I literally am in communication with the person that she sent a text to. They're probably in the chat. I would love, for the person in the chat, I would really love on this live just to out it. I won't say nothing more than who it was sent to. And then you can go from there and tell your own story. It is your story. But if that's okay, please let me know. Please let me know. It's very important on this live. But if we're understanding this, PJ is desperately trying to get this picture off the internet. So she leaks. What's it called? Women that have been through this. If you've been abused and you're covering up for the guy, right? And now you want to put it in the hands of the ex-girlfriend of JLR. So she gives it to BHB. I'm going to play this clip in a minute. BHB says, oh, what had happened is JLR, he's not abusive. Nope, never happened. I don't even believe Magnolia. And I don't know why PJ sent that to me. Oh, I have the clip. But let's have a history lesson. I remember BHB saying that JLR almost trolled 2 people to death. I remember her posting that he's a devil. And when he's on camera, he's fake as fuck. Just like that clip I showed you where he says he cares about domestic violence victims. I remember BHB having a different story. I remember BHB telling Magnolia that I know that you're sucking him off behind the Chili's. Oh, I have it all. But let's get the timeline straight. I'm over here putting this awareness out on PJ and Dolly. PJ does not like the amount of views that I've gotten, probably the comments, and she's been having epic freakouts. I'm showing you what she's reporting. She then tries to leak this stuff with JLR to Betty because let's keep it real. Timelines, patterns, and behaviors. Dolly was only going to Arizona to try to fill the gap and grift off subscribers because JLR left. Let's keep it a buck. And they want to take the situation to smear JLR to gain followers, when in all reality, they're both abusers. They both are abusers. Okay. Both domestic violence, both pictures of beating up women. So they leak it to Bullhorn Betty. I'll play the clip here in a second. But then Bullhorn Betty does the same thing that PJ does. PJ gives it to, so we have the receipts of what Bullhorn Betty originally said about JLR, but we all know, let's keep it a buck, that she was always jealous of Magnolia. She was always jealous of Magnolia, right? She was always very bitter of Magnolia. So now when the heat's on, what does Betty do? The same thing PJ does, cover up for the abuser, right? And she tries to put out that he's not abusive. Problem with that is we have a lot of receipts of you saying different, right? So this is what people do. And I'm bringing this up and I'm going to show you all this because I keep seeing morons in the comments, a lot of people on Twitter, try to deny this entire thing in altogether, right? Big shout out to the homeboy Nerdy Addict. He's been doing a lot of awareness on Twitter. I've been friends with Nerdy for years. I cannot tell you how many people have tried to break up me being cool with him, friendly with him. Don't do it. It's not happening. I'll karate chop it. I like Nerdy. He's always been cool to me. We've always been friendly. I see something in him. I understand his struggle with substances. He posts about his life story. You don't have to love him. You don't have to hate him. But I like people with receipts. And that's what the hell he's been bringing in this situation. So shout out to Nerdy. And I'll karate chop that, man. I like Nerdy. No. And I'm telling you, it's happened a million times. Let me get to these comments because I have been ignoring it, and we will roll the receipts. I'm going to show you a new survivor that you don't know of JLR, but there's many. And no, I'm not talking about Naomi. Naomi, who he put through living freaking hell. The motive and the whole point of this live, you have Dolly Vision, who is literally doing domestic violence. I've brought countless women on this panel. I have a picture of PJ, who's all beat up, right? Who sent that picture after it happened to somebody. We have a date and time. And in all reality, it was 90 days after PJ and Dolly got together. And there's receipts. There's somebody that can tell you the story of receiving that text, right? You already know who that is, but it's not my story to tell. You have, and by the way, those people are trying to be like, look, this person does domestic violence. What? And what the motive is, I want to show you that they both do. And there's all these people that are in denial, right? Very weird. Very weird. I think that relationships are important, right? I think that, look, I'm married. It's not easy. It's not easy. Is it easy being faithful? That part is simple. That part is simple. Although I wasn't my whole life with other women, but as you get older, you have to understand that in this life, you want to grow old with somebody and you have to care about that person all the way. All the way. That is your better half. The same way I don't cheat on my wife is the same way I don't beat my wife. I just don't want to hurt my wife at all. It's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. And I'm going to be honest. I've cheated on women in the past and I thought I was a player, right? Like what Dolly does a lot as he's 60 years old. But the problem is when that happens to you, it hurts, and if I got to be honest, I wish that it would have happened to me earlier. I wish that I wouldn't have been a player so long because it hurt and I stopped. And you learn. But my wife is not my first girl. Actually, she was. She was my first girlfriend and then my last girlfriend by wild coincidence. But when I was young, she wasn't like, I was older in life, man, and we had a conversation. You know, we had both been through cheating. We had both been through all of this, right? It's easy, you know, and people were betting against us because they known us from the past relationships and stuff. And we're still here being like here, like this, assets, houses, going on almost a decade. And my point is, it's not hard. It's not hard not to beat up. You got to communicate. Communication is everything, right? But on YouTube, there's a lot of fake fuckery going on here. And we're going to karate chop that shit. I'm just tired of it, man. Sorry. Comments now. Sierra. I have to ask you something on Twitter. I'm going there now. Okay. That's absolutely right, Jaded. That's absolutely right. Okay, I got confirmation and now I can out it out. Thank you, Sierra. As if for the people with a brain that didn't know, the picture of PJ. Hold on, just so everybody is on the same page. Please hold. Please hold. Oh, I know where it's at. You know what better way not to do it than this? Now that I'm making this announcement, fuck it. What better way to do it than this right here? Why not just give the people all the receipts? I think that's what we'll do. So I got the picture of PJ getting, I'm on my Twitter right now. Here's my messages. I'm going to Sierra. You're not going to read all of our messages, but what I will do is scroll up here. As a matter of fact, I will drop the link, Mama. Give me 1 second. I'll scroll up here.
What picture?
I got it right now because it's loading way too long. I'll go back there in a second. Give me a minute. Let's do this. Oh, fuck. Okay, she just sent it again. She just sent it again. Come on, you McDonald's Wi-Fi.
You know, it's funny. I didn't have any problems when I went live. I don't do all the stuff you do, though. It might be that.
Send it again, Sierra. All right, while that's loading, man, I got McDonald's Wi-Fi. Here, we'll just do it like this. Make this very easy. So the person who sent this, who gave that to me, was Sierra. Now, Sierra, I would, if you would like to come on here and talk about it, you're more than welcome. You know you always are, especially how important this topic is. But I do realize you have your own channel, and it is your story. So I'll leave you with that, right? You want the link? It's absolutely fine if you just want to put it out on your channel, tell the entire story. Almost prefer that you do, because that's your experience. I just appreciate that you confirm that, so I don't have to keep saying the person who has date and time. Now we can confirm that. And let's leave it like that. Let's let Sierra tell it. So that came from PJ to Sierra, and this is 90 days after Dolly and PJ were together. Now Sierra can clearly show timestamps, a date, a time. It's very easy, and I'm pretty sure she could probably show other text messages and every other the entirety of what happened when she received that picture. But for these people to just up and completely ignore it and try to put it on JLR is insanity. I'm gonna get into Magnolia in 1 minute. I guess we'll do that here in a second. If you don't know, okay, look at this idiot. Innocent until proven guilty. JLR is worth a lot of money. Magnolia has a prior history, so let's the court decide. She doesn't have a prior history. This is false information. I did a live on Magnolia. If you guys want to watch it, you can. I'm not going to play any clips of it. And let me give you full context. I never liked JLR, and I've been putting this awareness out for a long time. When he got with Magnolia, I learned about who Magnolia was. And this is very easy for the people who do not know. Magnolia comes from the James O'Keefe media organization, right? James O'Keefe is huge in the political realm. Remember, Betty and JLR both came from the political realm. I told you guys they played the political genre and they're playing the true crime genre. This is all old news for my old subs. Now, however, Magnolia actually has media contacts, right? She actually worked for a media a little bit, right? She doesn't have priors. What she did, if we roll back to James O'Keefe, anybody, one in chat if you know who James O'Keefe is, two if you don't, because James O'Keefe is an undercover journalist. He's notorious and he's very popular for using dating apps and whatnot. Sometimes he acts like he's gay. It depends on who he's trying to bust. But he goes after political people in the administrations and all this other type of stuff. And through like dating apps, when these people, whether it's a Secretary of State or administration or intelligence community or whatever it is, he'll learn that they're single, that they're on a dating app, and he'll send a decoy in. And maybe it's a hot chick and they're on date and they're talking politics. He'll have these decoys record these political figures talking shit, right? So recently he exposed Trump's own Secret Service. Like Trump's own Secret Service was going on a couple guys were going on these dates and they were talking mad shit about JD Vance. They were actually leaking to the girlfriend where he was going to be at. Like, this is highly illegal, right? He does stuff like that. So Magnolia comes from James O'Keefe group. Now, we do have to keep it truthful over here on this channel. And this is easy to do. I've covered this years ago. If you want to watch a full detail into this, I've only done one live stream on Magnolia. You go through my lives and look for a picture of her, and there you have it, the whole thing. But as a wrap up, James O'Keefe, if you know who that is, he's safe to say he's on the right. He's on the right. Safe to say that it's safe to say that James O'Keefe 99 out of 100 times is gonna go vote Trump over Biden, right? Not to speak, we're not talking politics, but just to give you context. He fired Magnolia because of a situation where she was going on these undercover things, and there was a senator, a Democratic senator, that she accused of rape, right? Now, this was easy to debunk, right? So I'm not going to get too much into detail of this, but any woman out there, if God forbid you had to go through rape, there's tests and stuff that you can get, right? It's so if I was accused for that, I would immediately be like, bull crap, never. It'd be easy to get out of it. However, there were still headlines and stuff behind it, right? And politically, it could still damage people. James O'Keefe keeps it factual, right? He doesn't do any of that, right? So she was let go. But people, this was years ago. And I'm giving you full context because I'm truthful, but this was years ago. Now, the denial people, the people who don't want to look at the pictures of her black eyes, do you know how dumb you sound trying to compare the two? You're almost, I'm going to say it, you sound retarded. You literally sound retarded. So that was years ago, right? Again, everybody thinks they have the scoop. She finally posted today. There's a whole file on JLR and Magnolia, right? She had to get facial reconstructive surgery. You realize you can't fake that, right? You realize there's medical records and stuff. There's a broken nose. I post a picture of the black eye, and you have these groupies, these fangirls. That didn't even look like a black eye. Well, evidently, and good for you. I'm glad that you don't know what one looks like and you've never had one, but a black eye gets a really special color, and that's absolutely a black eye. But there's also financial statements involved in this. JLR stole her phone. He took the money out of the joint account. He did all types of creep shit in this instance, and he also did his patterns and behaviors. He fled the state. Guys, if you've been around this channel for so long, how long have I've been telling you this is his MO. He did the same thing with Candace Wells in the Murdoch case. Every time he's out there, he does weird shit, and police are called, he leaves the state. Why does he do that? Well, here's why. Right now, the police, where Magnolia called it from, there's probable cause for an arrest of him, but there's no warrant for an arrest. Probable cause for an arrest, no warrant. What's the difference? Well, the difference is he has to go back to that state, right? If they're for them even to arrest him, right? But if he leaves the state, if there's no warrant, I mean, I don't understand why people are even following true crime if you don't understand his MO. He's done this in the past, right? So, and I could keep going on and on and on, but the focus on this is the idiots in denial. And I'm not going to tell you all that will come out. It's not my story to tell, but here's what's going to happen. You can bet your ass. Then the denial, you'll start seeing less comments and less comments and less comments and less comments. That's what's going to happen. That I can get behind 100%. And for the denial people, I have a victim to show you here. Not a victim, said that wrong. I apologize. I have a survivor that I know that you don't know about. I'm happy to see that a lot of people are learning about Naomi, somebody I've made a lot of videos about. This was an ex of JLR. JLR dated Naomi way before Magnolia, way before BHB. And I have today a video I'd like to share with you. And it is a survivor of JLR making a video addressing Naomi, right? So what you're about to witness is kind of like this, right? It would be like if BHB wasn't gaslighting, she should have made a video being like to Magnolia saying, I know what you've been through. I've been there, right? And we're going to cover BHB in a minute, but that didn't happen. But in this instance, going back in time, you have a survivor speaking to a survivor. And people, there's way more before that. If you don't know the full context behind Naomi, not only was she beaten and massive domestic violence done to her, she was sent to prison. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. People, this is all old news. And Heels in the Air has done videos extensively on this as well. He is trying to capitalize on Red Dot Dolly. Love that name. Just caught that. We're going to continue the Dolly campaign. But I want to show you, just keep focusing on this live as you watch things and learn things. these people in denial, and it's very weird to watch PJ. I'm sorry, where is Sierra? Did you want to come up, Mama? Let me drop this link. I'm sorry, I'm blabbing. I apologize. I'm gonna drop this link. This is only for Sierra, guys. Unless for some odd reason JLR or Dolly would like to come up and talk about, debate, have some civil discourse. You know, you're open to. PJ can hit the link, but you have a better chance hitting the lottery than that ever happening. What's up, Sane? I was so confused due to the name being different. MGL is sloppy, always have been, always will. I appreciate MGL for speaking about this situation. She gave me a shout out. So did Harsh Reality. I appreciate Harsh. But MGL does have a little bit of history with JLR. And so you could take from that what you can take from that. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to state the facts. I'm so behind on the chat. I apologize. I dropped the link for Morbid Sunshine True Crime. I'm keeping out of this. Francisca, I think PJ is on the internet long enough to know exactly how Dolly Vision was. Of course she does. Hilton Air has a video of Magnolia. Yep. She has credentials. Yep. I'm going to do ones. What's up, Skunk? What's up, Flava? What's happening? VA 2 up, 2 down. My mod in Virginia. My moderator in Virginia that lives right by the Red Dot House. I got to have a conversation with you. The Caffeinated Duchess, what's happening? Love the Pac-Man machine. So, what's up, Sly? What's up, Nina? What's up, Mary? What's up, Mob? What's up, Bass Girl? Mermaid? Mary on the Coast? Brenda? Meeting Molly? True Crime Junkies? Hello, I'll be Frank. Beat all of you. I also noticed Dolly is continuing stealing the jokes for some odd reason. He stole Baby Gap from me when I was going through it with the glare. I'm cool with the glare now, just to be full context. I'm friends with the glare, but he took Baby Gap from me. And now I heard him say voices behind my balls, which is something that I made up for Voices Behind the Wall. I'm not going to shit on that creator, have my differences with her, but it's like, dude, get some jokes of your own here. He always takes my jokes, right? But that's just what grifters do. I want to tell you what his girlfriend did now. Now, the link's there for Sierra. Her not clicking it is all fine by me. I do want to tell people that you should be on the lookout for Sierra outing PJ, right? And her sending her that photo. I think it's important. I think she's got a very good story to tell, and people cannot deny it. But let's have a look-see at something real fast, right? I'm going to jump on over my Twitter because I got a lot of stuff to show you guys. Before I move on to Betty, and before I show you this person that you don't know, who is the survivor that you don't know about, I'm also going to put you up on some game about where to go to get information at and all that. So there's a lot to show you, I guess. I got to get to. Okay. For anybody just coming in late or whatever, I played a video with JLR. I think everybody knows, just for context. Now, an interesting thing that I saw by Nerdy was this here. Off subject for a second, but think about this. This is his JLR's restitution from when he went to prison. It's almost $100,000. You have to understand he went to prison for identity theft and weird credit card fraud. Probably old ladies. Do you think the old ladies know about the YouTube channel? You can't get nothing from a broke bitch, right? But he's made a lot of money. I guarantee you this restitution has not been paid. Because as somebody who has had restitutions, nothing like this weird shit, but you don't really have to pay restitution, right? It's a court thing. You know, sometimes it's dictated by the courts that you have to get off probation or something. But when it's in the sum of an amount of money like this, it becomes a legal process. But if the victims of his credit card scam knew about his YouTube channel, they could literally use the courts to get it right, because this is way more than small claims, right? But just a quick thing to show you, right? But I want to show you this, the one, the only, the GOAT, Shay B, my homegirl on Twitter, right? Okay, let's do this first. So I'm going to show you her back pedal first, and then the receipts. Here is the video where BHB is claiming that this is BHB, and she's saying that PJ, or God damn it, PJ sent her, right, the stuff with JLR, right? So it's going to show you PJ's behavior, right? And then watch what BHB says. And then we're going to go back in history, right? So let's have a look at this. Shout out to Blank Screen. I'll drop the link in the chat. The homie, friend of the channel, friend of the channel.
On YouTube right now. I really don't. I'm going to make one statement and only one statement on this show. First of all, I'm not running anything that does anything with Magnolia, PJ, Dolly, or JLR. Okay, first and foremost, we're not going to do that on here. It's not our problem. Okay, domestic violence is a real thing. I get that, and this is all I'm going to say. You guys know my contention with JLR. It's been there. I was very public with that at a certain point, and I was fearful for what would happen to the channel, and that's why I kind of came public with some of the stuff. I will tell you that out of all the problems that JLR and I have had in our history, that man has never raised a hand to me. I've never come up here and say he ever raised a hand to me. We've been through ups and downs and a lot for a lot of years, and you guys know I'm not going to rehash those things, and I'm not coming to bat to a person that's hurt me. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit around and allow this to get legs and start moving about. At the end of the day, I do have personal experience with Jonathan Lee Riches. I did have arguments and heated discussions with that man, and I can honestly tell you where I sit right now out of all those heated discussions. And I'm a screamer. Okay, when I get mad, I scream. Okay. And sometimes my squeals and squeals can sound like freaking, fingernails on a chalkboard. But at the end of the day, that man has never put his hands on me. I'm not going to sit up here and lie about something that has happened. Now, what I will say is the reason why I'm not coming up is because I'm not going to, why in the hell, and I'm going to tell you guys this, would PJ be trying to get me this information? They thought I was just going to roll with it and do anything to destroy.
So this is all a massive contradiction, right? I'll show you what Bullhorn Betty has said about JLR in the past, right? Keep in mind, she was very jealous of Magnolia. And of course she's going to do this, right? To slide back in. And she's such an idiot that she would do anything to get back with that guy. And that's a whole different conversation. But I told you, PJ sent this to BHB, right? Which is interesting. PJ does not want us talking about the situation where there's a picture of her getting beat up. Molly Golightly has been reporting on it. Lots of people have been reporting on that situation. She would rather report at the picture. She does not. It's amazing, right? It's amazing. What you won't hear her do is talk about that picture, right? It's amazing that I've had literally 10 women on this panel in past lives talk about Dolly and being abusive. I have other women that want to come on still, right? But, and we'll get there. But for magically PJ, right? What's the word I'm looking for, chat? What's the word when a woman has gone through domestic? Is it protecting the abuser? Is that what I'm trying to say here? Is that the wrong thing to say? Thank you, Shelby Lynn. Thank you. I'm sorry about that. Hey, keep this coverage up until it sinks everywhere. I appreciate that, Mama. And thank you, Kitty, for becoming a member. Is it called protecting the abuser, guys? Somebody, anybody? What's the correct way to say this? From what I understand, Naomi Rich is enabler. Okay, there you go. Better word. Codependent. Hey, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here, but enabler is a good word. Yeah, I think so. It's a better word than what I was saying. You don't want to get them enabler. Okay, a lot of people say enabler. Got you guys. Stockholm syndrome, battered wife syndrome. Oh, very, very. I want to actually look up the definition of that really fast. Good comments coming in. Let's have a look-see at the definition of stock. I just want to know this, but I don't know I know what it means, but not the full definition. Let's see what it says. Definition of Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome is a psychological response where hostages or abuse victims develop positive feelings, empathy, or loyalty toward their captors and abusers, often defending them and distrusting authorities. It acts as a complex, unconscious survival strategy during or following intense trauma and prolonged holy shit. I love my subscribers. Y'all are brilliant. Denial. The word in my title is in the definition of that definition of that. So let's continue this, right? And I'll show you the history. This is all interesting.
Jonathan. And while I would love nothing more than Jonathan to have some just desserts for some of his behavior, I'm not going to sit here and believe something that I don't believe to be true. Okay. I don't know what happened. Did it go too far? I don't know. I wasn't there, and neither were any of you. So I think the court systems need to deal with this.
Okay. So what I would like to show you guys now, one in chat, if you want to see the unspoken survivor first, or two in chat if you want to go through BHB's history and watch her epically contradict herself and probably she may have Stockholm syndrome. So we're going with the victim that you don't know, right? And I already knew that was coming. Not a problem. We'll do that. So this is coming at you through I'm going to drop, I can't remember this little channel. Damn it. I will post it. What's up, Shay B? I'm playing your stuff, Mama, here. That came from Shay. So I'll play. I'll show you. I'll show it all. Let me just go in order, guys, real fast. So especially as I got Shay in here because I'm using her stuff. That's the homegirl. So and Shay has been on top of this, right? Here is. Oh, 1 minute. Let's do this. So we got Bullhorn Betty. Oops, what's this? Let's go back in time, shall we? BHB bashing JLR investigates, claiming he possibly trolled 2 people to death. She didn't have a problem with his trolling then. Where's that one that you posted at, Mama? Hold on. That's what I wanted to show. We'll get to that video in a minute. Shay B actually has this, and there's way more. We have more of BHB's now hidden lies where she claiming JLR was trying to push her over the edge. Let's have a listen, shall we? Davy TV are you the guy that Davy TV? Are you the guy that jumped on JLR's link the other day and told him about himself? Is that you? Is that you? Guys, is that him? Oh, no sound. I'll replay it. So there was a clip I'll play. I'll replay it. So there was a clip that I haven't even talked about yet. And there was a guy yesterday that crashed. I'm going to replay the sound. Don't worry about the no sound. I'm going to replay the whole thing. Thanks for covering this. Absolutely. I'm not going to stop. Miami dude. Is that the guy, Davey, that he just left a comment? Is that him? Correct term for domestic violence. What's it say? Correct term for DV violence per the court is battered wife syndrome. There are experts in the field for this syndrome. Thank you for that, KB Investigates. And I know you know about this. So the correct term is battered wife. So I guess Stockholm syndrome would be slang or something like that. But the way that they use it in courts would be, okay, good to know. Thank you. Always learning, always learning. I want to drop the link because this guy literally deserves really, really, really a shout out. And just so you know, I'll find the clip here in a moment. JLR was live, and this guy hits the link and straight cusses him out and tells him about his ass. And you should see the look on JLR's face. But let me play this clip. He called JLR a clown over and over. Yes, is that the guy? So okay, if obviously it may not be. What's up, voices? Yeah, don't let that dude. You need to tell that dude to find some new jokes. He's trying to use jokes from that I used on you years ago. That dude's a lame. And you have full permission to be like, find some more. I would just cover this in response to it, voices. I would cover this. I mean, what's worse, voices behind my balls or I mean, there's pictures of what he's done, right? But that's your call. So I'm going to play this for you guys again. This is BHB, right? Coming at you from Shay. All right, I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you. I didn't realize I had 1,500 people in here. I know the guy who beats up his girlfriend Dolly is live right now. It's amazing that he wouldn't want to clear his name or explain this picture, right? Not a problem. We're fully going to get into that, right, in the future. But I want to thank you guys. This guy has like almost 100,000 subs, and I guarantee you, I don't know for a fact or anything, but I guarantee you we over here have more people in the chat than he does, which is important, right? Because I'm bringing receipts and truth over here. He's pretending that he doesn't do it, and he's trying to grift off JLR as bad as possible. Understand that. Betty, the last clip I played, she's telling you what PJ sent them, right? What PJ sent Betty, right? Then you know Dolly ran up to Arizona right after JLR left, right? He's trying so hard to get those subscribers and this and that. And remember I told you that Dolly and PJ fight a lot about YouTube? There's a lot of receipts. Listen, my Dolly awareness campaign is just put on hold for a moment. We're comparing the two situations with JLR. So just so everybody understands, right? So let me go more receipts of this lady completely contradicting herself, which would be Bullhorn Betty. I'm looking for the one clip. Shay, what's this one say? Here's BHB telling us that JLR has beat one of his girlfriends, claiming she spoke to her. So this woman is going on as soon as PJ. Hold on. So let's get this straight. As soon as PJ sends the information to BHB, or let me explain it like this: these clips that you're watching right now are very old clips of after BHB and JLR broke up. They broke up because JLR got with Magnolia. For anybody that was around, for anybody that remembered this, she was very, very vindictive and she was very outspoken on JLR, right? And she really was hating on Magnolia. Anybody who's been around that long knows that she was obviously in her feelings. Jelly, I mean, for Christ's sakes, she got left for a redhead. She got left for a redhead. Now, here we are now today where she's saying, she's trying to rewrite history and say, you know what? JLR, good dude, not abusive, nothing. As you just heard her say when she said that PJ gave her the clips. But this is her old words. This is really how she feels about JLR. Then I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you the unheard survivor that is talking to another survivor of JLR. This is the same pattern of Dolly. All the women that have came on my panel, all the women that have said that that he's abusive to them, right? It's the same pattern, but the subscribers of these people want to look the other way. I'm sorry. I'm going to die on this hill. I'm going to die on this hill. No sound. God damn it, the screen share. Okay, guys, no, not a problem. We'll do it like this. Hold on 1 second. Not a second. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm like, well, here, not a problem. Let's reshare it. I got to stop and do it, and then it does it. So here we go. Sound should be good, right? Let me review it. Thanks, babe.
Everybody. He hates kids. Not that he wants anything bad to happen to kids, but he hates kids. So this facade that he's out there and doing things, he treats women like crap. One of his ex-girlfriends,
Why is it lagging?
he beat. Okay.
I'm going to give it a second. My McDonald's Wi-Fi is doing that loading thing. Can't stand that. So annoying. So annoying. Yeah, I'm going to replay it. I know. I thank you. Thanks for saying it's good. I thought BHB was 65 years old. Who is PJ? Trying to figure all this out. Man, you guys can help the people in the comments. I can't stop the live to re-explain ex-girlfriends and girlfriends and who's been beat up and not beat up and who doesn't want to believe it. But guys, help me out, guys. I got a lot of new subscribers. Welcome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Lisa, for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Jaded, thank you for becoming a member. Don't want to miss anybody. I don't want anybody to think I'm not grateful. I do appreciate it. I just have ADD. All right, so I'm just being honest. Let's go back to this clip. The audio should be good.
Everybody. He hates kids. Not that he wants anything bad to happen to kids, but he hates kids. So this facade that he's out there and doing things, he treats women like crap. One of his ex-girlfriends, he beat. Okay, again, these are things that I'm learning. I've spoken with her before, right? These yes. are horrible things, but that's not everybody. He hates kids. Not that he wants anything bad to happen to kids, but he hates kids. So this facade that he's out there and doing things, he treats women like crap.
So it's amazing that this is her after Magnolia hooks up with JLR. But once Betty has, you can bet your ass, right? And I don't know this for a fact, but think about this. You can bet your ass as everything's breaking on JLR, Betty hits him up, sends him a link, and it was like, don't worry, boo, I got you. And she sends the link of her publicly speaking about him not being abusive. Lady, are you fucking crazy? We have 1 million clips about the abuse that you said that you went through and he did to other women when you were mad at him. Like make it make sense, lady, right? I can play these all day, guys. I'll play a few more, but I want to show you what you haven't seen, right?
One of his ex-girlfriends, he beat. Okay, again, these are things that I'm learning. I've spoken with her before, right? These yes. are horrible things, but that's not everybody. He hates kids. Not that he wants anything bad to happen to kids, but
I will tell you this. They had. I just want to say this for what it's worth.
That people truly are hurt and injured, and he has said rape such a strong word. I like struggle. That is so disrespectful as a sheriff. So
So there's a lot of these clips, guys. I just want to show you her contradicting herself. There's a million of them. I'm going to show you something you haven't seen after I say this. Now that I forgot it, what the hell was I going to say? Jesus Christ, the ADD is bad today. Damn it. So what is it? Okay, let's address Melissa. Magnolia is batshit crazy. This isn't the first time she's falsely accused men of abuse. Lady, we've already covered that. So it happened one time. You can't show me anything other than that because I've already done a deep dive on her. I've already done a video on her. So you're trying to lay out a pattern of history that she's done this a million times. That's incorrect. That's incorrect. And you sound literally retarded. I'm going to tell you this, and regardless if you believe this or not, right? I don't care. But I guarantee in the next few weeks, I won't see Melissa B 1725 say anything like this. Melissa B, if she fraudulent, did she give herself surgery? Did she give herself facial reconstructive surgery? Did she break her own nose? Did she give herself a black eye? Did she zero out her bank account? Right? You do realize that I posted it on my ex. Nerdy posted it. Betty Keys made a video. There's a 911 call. You do realize people can FOIA what number that came from and follow the story. You do realize he took her phone, but he left his work phone there, and that's what you people look like retarded. You people look retarded. And I'm going to die on this hill and continue shoving down receipts until you understand it, right? Is Magnolia perfect? Nope. Either am I. Either are you. Nobody's perfect. Last time I checked, only Jesus. But to be such a fan, to have so much blind loyalty that you dismiss facts is not only wild and crazy, it's literally dangerous and cult-like. It's dangerous and cult-like. It's dangerous and cult-like. I mean, but whatever. Fangirl. And what's comical is like you don't know that dude. You're leaving that in my chat. Somebody who actually knows the guy. That dude could give two fucks about you. Zero. He doesn't care about you, Melissa. He does not care about you. You're shot out. I'm sorry. Guys, if I see you guys in the comments do that, I'm going to literally call you out and roast you and just give you some truth serum. All right. Anyway, so let's continue this, right? I want to show you some other stuff, right? It's unreal. It's unreal. But to continue, let me just show this last, then we'll move on to the next thing. Just a quick post by BHB. Now, again, this is after, where's that? This is after, of course, Magnolia and JLR get together. JLR is by far the worst, absolute, most demonic creator on any of these platforms. He acts sweet and genuine on camera, and he turns into the devil when the camera is off. However, BHB doesn't want to believe that.
Like I said, I'm not going to get in there. I'm not going to paint JLR as a fucking saint. I'm not going to do that. Okay. But I'm also not going to paint him as a freaking devil that goes around beating freaking girls up either. Okay. I had my problems with him. I know what my problem.
She doesn't even realize she literally called him a devil in the past. I mean, people, what is not Stockholm syndrome? What is it called when in the courts use the domestic term? What's it called? We just had this. I mean, talk about like the literal definition. All right, so let's jump to here. So I know you guys want to see it. And there's a lot of stuff being shown around the internet. This is all stuff I've been talking about for years. It's all weird. This guy's been doing a lot. He's been doing weird shit for years. Other people have been calling out too. Here's him at Black Lives Matter, Al Sharpton. He's done this weird shit for a long time. Oh yeah, I wanted to say that. That's where I have ADD. It'll come up to me, right? Before I play this victim, excuse me, before I play this survivor, I gotta stop saying that. I apologize, ladies or fellas. Before I play this information for you guys, right? I just wanted to tell people that how weird. Actually, I'm going to bring a woman's perspective into this. Okay, my wife. When I was out there, when JLR and Betty were actually dating, talk about weird, right? Talk about weird and awkward. First off, JLR is very paranoid in real life. He's very paranoid. I've told the story a million times. He's been doxxed by Antifa. He's all weird, right? And they would literally like do the weirdest shit. Actually, I'm not. Hey, babe, my love. Matt, Patty shared your video. Who's Patty? Thank you, whoever did that. My wife's my mod. See, I just caught her not doing her job.
Hello?
Busted, not modding.
What?
Are you sleeping?
I fell asleep, yeah.
Oh, my bad. All right, if you're resting, that's fine. I was going to have you talk to them about how weird JLR and BHB were like in real life, like how like remember like all the weird shit, like they parked around the block and how like awkward they were.
I had to go through him.
Oh, you could say it right here. Matter of fact, you don't have to come over here. Here, they can hear you. Go ahead.
Everything went through him. Andrew never made any decisions for herself. Everyone had to go and see what he wanted to do and what the plan was.
What about like parking and stuff like that?
Who?
When they would park.
Oh, they was parked like down the block away from everything.
So we saw them like a million times out there. How many hugs or kisses did one give the other?
I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that shit.
I counted 0.
Yeah, I didn't see anything either, but
Like,
they were also hiding it from everybody.
That is true. And they lied about it and kept it weird on the low. But anything else?
No.
All right. I love you.
Love you.
Go back to bed. Bye. Just to get it from a woman's perspective. Caught her in a bad time. She was having a snooze, right? But JLR been doing this for years. And before I show you the other survivor, and I'll keep saying that this last time, I want to show you just a hint at what he's been doing for years that people may now start to finally see. Here's a video I made a long time ago about something he did. He think, okay, someone says, damn, this kid became famous in 1.2 seconds. I recommend you start a TikTok account. Kid became famous in 1. He think it shows you what moments and this things in the world you could only imagine. Unfortunately, on this kid's, here it is. And of course, he wants to be breaking it first. First one, right. Here's about the arrest. And of course, he wants to be breaking it first. So here's the Idaho 4 case. This moron doxes the wrong person on Facebook. And what I'm showing is people, the women denials, the people in denial and all the fangirls are bothering this innocent dude, right? This innocent dude, right? Because JLR puts the wrong info out, right? Never apologized, doesn't give a fuck. Look at all these messages, right? First one to say it. Unfortunately, on this kid's accord, on this kid's personal Facebook, all these people are going over to this kid's, who is not the killer, and calling him the most horrendous things in the world. You could only imagine, until people start putting it together. So let me read you some of these comments, and it's very interesting, and it shows you what morons and how people can really get hurt on this thing if you don't have your facts correct. Okay, someone says, damn, this kid became famous in 1.2 seconds. I recommend you start a TikTok account. You can thank Jonathan Lee Richards, YouTube reporter, that effed up blunder. He took his breaking news down after accusing these two guys. Wow, he says, you heard it here first. And he says this guy's name. Now, I'm not going to say the guy's name. I am showing the profile. It's not hard to, it's public record on who got arrested in this case. And then you could, if you wanted to, but this kid's been through a lot. And the funny thing is with this is apparently this kid that the moron mistaked the killer for. Enough of that. I'm going to get to the survivor. I just got a shitload of screenshots from Wifey. Obviously, they came from somebody. Babe, what are these? Okay, I'll get to this. I got to know what I'm looking at first. So, next. Okay, I'll show them. Are those on my Twitter? Okay, I'll show them easy. So, I want to show you something about somebody you probably don't know. This is going way back, way before Magnolia, way before Betty, but after Naomi, right? If I remember this right, we're going to watch it together. If I remember this right, this is after Naomi, but before Naomi went to prison. Let's look at it, right? I'll drop the link, anything, and I'm going to try to remember where you guys can go to really watch, to get a lot of info on JLR. And then we're going to wrap this bad boy up with back to Dolly. So, okay. Here it is. Okay. Title of this video. God damn it. Here we go. Title of this video is Hear My Words, Jonathan Lee Riches. So this is also somebody that he was involved with, right? The volume is a little low. I'm going to turn it up. Patterns and behaviors. There's a few of these out there existing, right? Bullhorn Betty and what she said, right? There's bits of truths in what she's saying, and there's a lot of lies. I fully believe that PJ sent it to her, but her, I can see right through what she's trying to do defending JLR, right? And keep in mind, just for the timeline here, Dolly and Betty porked, right? They definitely porked. It's court documented receipts. He banged those pancakes. And obviously, JLR and Betty were in a relationship. So, think about that, right? Think about that about BHB. I'm not here to down her. She obviously doesn't know how to pick them that well, but listen to the words this woman says. Let me know in the volume if you could, in the comments, if you could hear it. Let's get into this. Very old video.
I was really lonely for you, and I thought, why, what's going on here? Why am I so lonely for Naomi? It was like the emptiest feeling in the world. So I went on to Facebook and I put underneath the song. I put.
Can you guys hear it? I just paused it for a moment. Can you hear her? You guys can hear it? Nobody give me no ones. Jealous people of JLR and his success. That's got to be so stupid. The dude is sucking off a soda bottle, pretending it's Adolf Hitler. Not jealous of that. The dude is a weirdo. For anybody to say you sound retarded. You don't know your history about JLR. You really don't. You do not know your history to say that. And you have no clue who that guy is. It's comical when I read those comments. It's literally comical. And I'll just keep resharing all the shit I already did. But can you hear it? Captions on, please. Good idea. Good idea. I will. I'll start it again and I'll put the captions on. Actually, good idea. So let's do that. Let's do that right now. Captions on. Bam. And let's do this again.
So last night, I was really lonely for you.
We'll take the comments off the screen so you can
I thought,
read.
why, what's going on here? Why am I so lonely for Naomi? It was like the emptiest feeling in the world. So I went on to Facebook and I put up a song, and underneath the song I put, "Why am I so lonely for you?" And
listen, I'll be right back.
then
Listen.
I went to notifications and I found out that what Ashley has posted. I found out what happened, and I got really pissed. I'm sorry you had to go through that. To me, it's completely ridiculous. And I guess what I want to say is that that guy needs to be stopped. I mean, it would be nice for you to file harassment charges against him and get a restraining order against him. But it depends on how much of a maniac he is, because sometimes if you do all that, then it makes the maniac worse. So definitely don't need that. I also wanted to mention to you that also wanted to mention to you that if you come here, you will be surrounded by dozens of security cameras all the time, 24-hour surveillance, and that does make me feel more secure myself. I like being in that aspect of being in this environment. So that's something that you might want to consider. If the maniac does show up in a situation like that, he's going to.
Just for context, she's speaking to a survivor of his because she herself has been through it. And the title of the video is "Hear My Words, Jonathan Lee Riches." I'll drop the link as soon as she's done. So just so you understand. Also, quick update, real fast update. I got a lot of screenshots from Sierra about how it all went down with Dolly sending that picture and all that. We'll get into that next. Let's continue.
Be filmed all over the place, and whatever he does, he's not going to be able to deny doing it. And unless he wants to spend a lot of time in the pokey, I would suggest that he think about it first, as far as justifiable homicide goes. So that's just ridiculous too, barking up the wrong tree. You don't get married to somebody, start abusing them immediately, and then walk out of their life, and then turn around and say, "Oh, that you committed an act that was justifiable homicide. Crazy. So, it wouldn't fly. Wouldn't fly for a second. So, unless he's working for them, if he's working for them, that's a whole other story. God knows what. But like I said, if he does anything in front of all these cameras, well, he would have to pay the price for Lady Justice, that's for sure. There's some things that can't be denied. But
I really hate to stop this again, but I'm seeing a lot of the denial and the JLR army in here. You guys, I'm just letting you know that you sound retarded, right? You sound retarded, right? The only thing he's addressed this situation about is he said, because his comments were overloaded with people bringing it up and the guy joining his chat and telling him about his ass. He said, my lawyer said I can't talk about it, right? There's a couple different ways that you can look at that, right? Here's what will never happen ever, right? Somebody accusing me of beating the shit out of Noelle, right? I'm immediately going to address it. I'm immediately going to debunk it, right? That would never happen, right? But this would be so easy, right? It's so easy. There's a reason why PJ doesn't want to talk about that picture. Dolly doesn't want to address that information, right? Literal text messages. And there's also a reason why. What does a lawyer tell you to do? Be quiet, right? But if it should be, if you're on the side of truth, if you didn't beat the shit out of a woman, it'd be simple for you to debunk it, right? So I'm using myself as an example. If that happened to me, easily debunked. It'd be simple I wouldn't need a lawyer, right? I wouldn't need a lawyer. And again, to the retards that are on the defending side, you do not understand the amount of information, right? You think because what has been leaked or said is the full context of what you may or may not know. You have not a clue that there's so much traceable, right? No way to debunk facts of what happened that you're going to look foolish. And again, you will start seeing less and less of the fangirls defending domestic violence as the information comes out and the weeks pass. My promise to you, let's continue with this, who they're also completely ignoring.
I guess that's all I want to say. I would like for you to give me a call so that you're still interested in coming down, that we would be able to start making plans, because we really do have to plan it a little bit in advance. These impulse things are hard to come by at a time like this. Not in a position to do impulse things, so I do need to plan it. And I would like for you to call me, and put yourself in a situation where you're not subjected to that kind of thing anymore.
So I realize this video is a little bit hard to watch. I'm going to drop it in the links for everybody to copy and paste. The context of this video is she's got JLR's name in the title, and she's speaking to Naomi. She's saying, Naomi, if you listen to the video, she's like, at one point, she's like, you better not come around my house. I got security cameras and all that, right? But she's speaking to Naomi, right? As somebody who's also went and been through it. That lady has a name. That lady has a different story. We've covered that before. I'm just giving you the history here, people, right? For a lot of people, I just saw a comment somebody said, who's PJ? I mean, I can't deal with that, right? Like we're well beyond that, right? So you have to kind of pick up what I'm putting down a little bit over here, right? But the meat and potatoes of this, right, is there's a lot of people in denial. It's very weird. I'm going to be honest. It's weird to me. It's social media is weird to me. It's weird to me that people say, white boy, you're honest. White boy, you keep it real. White boy, you tell the truth. That's weird to me because I think it's refreshing to people in a sense, but it shows how many liar and grifters are over here, right? But it's also weird to me where not only is you have the Dolly and PJ situation, there's a whole, and the DV there, and I have a shitload of receipts here to show you that just came in. But also Dolly has a guy that lives in his house who's a red dot, incest rapist. And then this lady has a kid. She has a kid. She's about like 14, I would say. I got a picture. I'm not going to post it because I'm not going to show anybody's kid on the internet. But that's a very weird situation. And people will deny it as like, you can't look the Virginia state sex offender list up. It's strange. I mean, they openly tell you they want to get married. So it's like, we're all adults who play. It's very weird. It's like weird to me that people just, he beat the shit out of her. I like his lives. This is not nobody's past behavior. Everybody has a past. All this shit all this shit has happened since on the YouTube, since monetizing a YouTube. Blows my mind, man. But at the same time, there's a whole bunch of normal people who do see through it and do want to call it out and do want creators to cover it and do want awareness out there. And that's what I do it for. But there's a lot of weird people that I'm like, what the frig? And it's just like any other situation. Like I said, less comments. It's going to happen and you'll see, right? And does anybody think, right? How did this info get out? Right? How did it get out? Does anybody start to think that just maybe family members, whoever's story it may be, I don't know. You'd have to use your head, man. It ain't for me to tell. But it just amazes me how blind people are, how dumb people are. And we have to continue to put this awareness out. So I'm dropping the link of this video right here. The glare did? I like the glare. I was shouting out glare. Oh, I got to give glare a massive comment. A massive compliment. Glare been calling JLR out for a long time. Where's he at? I don't see you. Where you at, Glare? There he is. Let's see what he says. Peggy, you defend JLR on other channels. Okay, so I'm behind. That comment, Peggy has been putting a lot of exposure, a lot of stuff out on JLR. She's been in the comments battling. Might be a different Peggy. I don't know. Is that the comment you're talking about? Anyway, JLR deserves, or JLR, for fuck's sakes. But Glare deserves credit because he's been putting awareness on this guy for years. I can only imagine all the weird people going on there calling him hater and all this. But listen, there's a channel. I'm going to post it. There's a channel. It's got like 200 subscribers. I bet you the Glare knows who this is. There's a channel. It's got like 200 subscribers, something like that. And they have all the weirdo clips of JLR, right? That's where I got where he's sucking off the soda bottle saying it's Adolf Hitler. That's where he's holding the women's shitty panties up. And then you have all the weird shit he's done on all these cases. Like with the Sandy Hook stuff, it's weird. It's weird. He's like harassing like religions and shit. It's all very, very weird shit, right? It's all very weird. I'm seeing these clips circulate around YouTube now. And I'm like scratching my head like, wait a minute. I said that like 5 years ago. But hey, I don't care as long as it's getting out there. But I want to tell you that I'll post it on my wall. I can't remember this channel. I will post it on my wall. That's my word. Because any creators who are talking about this, you have a content Bible of gold right there of JLR's past behavior. And it's not, oh, he's got a pat. It's no. This is after he got out of prison, and this is his behavior on the internet, doing all weird shit. Most of it stems from his old Facebook, right? That's where most of it stems from. But not the new and improved Facebook with the YouTube channel, but the old Facebook that you don't know about, right? So it's wild, right? But did he say the channel name? Yeah, it's normal. I unsubscribed from JLR. Let me unsubscribe from BHB2. Thanks. Oh, yeah, you should been unsubscribed for that in that case. Just for her pancakes. Yeah, his brother. Absolutely. I know JLR's backstory, but a wife, Naomi, is new news. So that is, man, the Naomi stuff is so old. It's so old. The Glaire's on Peggy Heavy. The Glare, what's that channel? There's a chat beef going on. I'm all for a good chat beef. It's all good. I'm for it. All right. So next I want to do you know that channel, Glare, I'm talking about? I'll let him up here. The link's here. Let's have a listen to. I'm dropping the link, and then I'm gonna get into Dolly, and I want to show you guys the actual receipts. I hope he takes the link for a moment because he's actually talked about both these guys many different times. Look at this red dot, Dolly. Yes, absolutely, red dot. I gotcha. Please live stream the trial. He hasn't even been arrested. All right, if you don't take it, that's cool. The war of the doors. So I'm telling you. Hit the like for me, guys. No channel link yet. I've already posted the channel link. Did I not? Okay, my bad. Oh, for this video, this is the link to this video, right? But this is not the channel. I don't remember the channel. I'll find it. I gotta go on my phone and stuff. I'll get it. You must be new here, man. I don't say something. If I say something, I do what I say and I say what I do. If I tell you I'm gonna post something, I'm gonna post something. So let's do this next, right? Let me hit some comments, and then we're gonna get into this massive. I just got like a shitload of screenshots from Sierra in regards to the Dolly situation when PJ reached out to Sierra with that picture, right? Apparently, there's a handwritten letter from PJ to Dolly. We're gonna get into all of it here in a moment. I just gotta pay attention to the comments because JLR and Magnolia started liking each other. 10 years in federal prison speaks volumes for who he is. People thought he was changed. He made all his decisions. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, Diamonds, for holding it down. I appreciate you, Mama. JLR crossed the line with his mama bear. My daughter suffered DV at the hands of her husband. As soon as she told me I was on the airplane. So I feel stupid even saying this. You do realize he's in the Guinness Book of World Records for lawsuits, right? You realize he sued Donald Trump for taking his virginity. He literally said in the lawsuit that Donald Trump porked his butthole. He sued Britney Spears for giving him a boner. This guy is a weirdo. Who does that, right? Who does that? Look at his lawsuits. It's weird behavior. Who the fuck does that, right? And people, you realize a judge in Pennsylvania, where he was at in federal prison, said no more lawsuits, and that guy can't have paper in his cell. I mean, people, come on. Is that normal behavior? Who the frig sits around and thinks about that? You have to think about Trump porking your butthole. You have to think about Trump taking your virginity. I mean, he claims he's hella MAGA. I mean, I guess that's as MAGA as you can get, but Jesus Christ with it already. And then Britney Spears giving me a boner. He's thinking about that. He's thinking about all this weirdo shit, right? And there's a lot of gay shit that he does. Look, I'm all for a couple good gay jokes and all, but I'm not going to put it in legal context. I'm not going to say that Trump porched my hiney hole. Not going to happen, right? But there's a lot of this weird gay. It's like a gay troll the court system. Now this is a fucking advocate right here. This is somebody who stands for justice and victims. Let's tie the court system up with the Guinness Book of World Records of fucking lawsuits. I mean, dirt. Holy shit, people. Holy shit with this guy. All right. Direct current, thank you. Lisa Shank, thank you. I drop. Let them own 911. Thank you, white boy. Please stay on these terrible humans. And thank you for that. I appreciate the $5, the tip. I like it. I got Shelby, and I got the people who became mods. I'm sorry, members. All right, so I haven't even seen these for myself. We're jumping over to Twitter, and we're having a look-see at the information that was sent to me when I played that last video. This would be communication between. I hope these are in order because I have massive ADD. Ladies, gentlemen, help me figure it out all together below because I don't even know how to present this. But let's have a listen. Okay. So, okay, hold on, guys. Well, let's see. Babe, tell Sierra to call. Right quick. You heard? Okay. So that thumbnail picture, oh, she is a little glowing. Why would he deny it now? Like in the past, just be real, you know. Why would she deny? I mean, they both adamantly deny. So I got to have some context behind this. This is the problem when people just send me random screenshots. I don't know what's going on, but I appreciate them. Okay, this looks familiar. Okay, can you do me a favor? Oh, I get what's happening here. Oh, I got it now. I'm an idiot. Dirt. So this is PJ. This is PJ. Apparently, she's got a Facebook of IVJ at one point or whatever. Someone hit the link, of course. Let's see. Oh, is it? Who is this? Oh, we got Blair. What's happening, Blair?
What's up, homie? Been a minute.
What's going on? Been a minute, of course. What do you think about all this stuff happening?
I don't really know that much. All I did, I went over the police report the other night, but I don't really know, where is it at? Like, does he have a warrant out? Is he running from the cops? I'm seeing nothing but rumors everywhere, so I don't really know what the whole thing is. I know what he's accused of. And what I don't know is Dolly's involvement. What's going on with Dolly? I don't know anything about Dolly.
So Dolly, I've been covering this. I don't know if you saw the picture. Dolly, I'm going over it actually right now. These are Dolly's girlfriend that he was with. She sent, when they got together, about 90 days, and I have timestamps and dates on these receipts. About 90 days after they got together, she sent a picture of her face all busted up, admitting to Dolly beating her up, to a person named Sierra, who's been on my panel multiple times. She's got a channel. She openly admits that she's been with Dolly. She has already explained all the receipts. But what's interesting in this is, as I'm covering this domestic stuff between PJ and Dolly, we learn that PJ sends the info on JLR to Betty, right? And I know you've covered Betty and JLR. Betty's
a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot, dude. It's all these lies. And
I'm saying that I've covered them both a lot. Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah.
So you remember when Betty got she broke up with JLR for Magnolia?
That stuff that came out right when I kind of stopped talking about them. I didn't really care about that stuff too much at the time, but I thought it was funny. But I didn't know what the whole thing was. So JLR and Betty were actually in a relationship. That was a thing. Like, I just thought they bumped uglies one time or something, and that was it.
I don't know. They were actually hooked up a lot.
Wow.
I know that you used to cover them a lot, and then I know your channel kind of boomed off and took off. So all this is probably like beyond when you stopped covering it. So it's probably but yeah, they definitely hooked up. They were with each other. There was a breakup and all this. But all right. Anyhow, what about Peggy? Tell me what's going on with Peggy. I've seen you in the comments with Peggy.
Oh, Peggy she shows up wherever she can show up to, and she always supports the shittiest channels. And then when they get turned on, then she's all like, just another pitchforker going, oh my God, they're terrible, they're terrible, they're terrible. Like, Peggy's just full of shit. She's a liar, and I'm just trolling her in the chat because she knows she's full of shit.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, so all this is going to be after you started covering them, then, because it's so complicated. But I'm going over now where this whole PJ and Dolly, PJ reaching out to Sierra after, I guess apparently he put hands on her. The picture's pretty bad, and also she's reported my channel. She doesn't like that picture out there, and they've done fake copyright strikes. It's just a big thing, dude. It's a lot to try to catch
Your
up on.
chat right now is killing me. Like, your chat is wilding out, bro.
They're wilding.
Yeah. It's not an insult at all, by the way. I actually think it's really funny.
I love the chat. All right, listen. I didn't know what you were doing with Peggy. I thought you wanted to say something about JLR.
No. Oh no. I wanted to talk about it because like, I love that shit because JLR has been lying and lying and lying. I remember a while back, I had somebody reached out to me and was like, was watching my JLR content. This was years ago. This is a few years ago. And she emailed me. She's like, I'm in contact with JLR's ex-girlfriend, and she wants to come on your show. And I thought, she was going to come on to like expose a bunch of stuff about him, So I was like, okay, I'll give her a mic. You know what I mean? Sure. And then I went live, but those were in my drinking days, and I was drinking that day, and I brought her on, and I was just really short with her because she just wanted to talk shit about him as a boyfriend, in the sense that she didn't like him. She was like, he would get stupid and he would say this about me and say that, and it turned out to just be stupid gossip. And I was like, why am I talking to this person? She's an idiot. And then I hung up on her. I kicked her off, and then I ended the stream.
I remember that. Damn, I forgot about that. It's been so long. I might have to go back and watch that, man. And I do remember that though. But if she didn't say anything worthwhile, then probably nothing there.
No, she didn't. And honestly, like, I would be like, oh my God, see, blah, blah, blah. But there's no reason to. But the fact is there was I remember every time JLR, the thing is with JLR, I've always said that he has an abusive nature. You always have to look at the people who behave in the sense of someone who has an abusive nature versus, like, you look at YouTube creators and how they are. Like, you look at Bullhorn Betty, right? Bullhorn Betty, the way that she runs her channel, the way that she goes after people, and the way that she does everything is somebody who is someone of an abusive nature. Now, her police record reflects this, does it not?
Right. Absolutely.
Right. So that's all I'm saying. And then JLR, I'm looking at this dude all this time, and I'm going, how does this guy have any credibility with anybody? He's never actually taken any accountability for anything. And so now that he's doing this, now that this stuff has come out, he's, like you said, just staying quiet, not saying a word, but he's always been real quick to accuse others. Like, the rumors about me being a woman beater, that came from him. Came from him. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he does. That's exactly
I have never laid my hand on a woman in my life. Okay. I've never been accused of it. Not like officially. There's a police report where I had an argument with a girl, and I wouldn't give her keys because she was too drunk to drive. So I played keep away with her keys. She called the cops and said, I'm just going to report my car stolen. And I was like, well, please do that. Get the cops down here. I love that. Please, so they can see how you're acting. That was how the argument went. And I had a warrant for a jaywalking ticket that I didn't pay. She had a warrant for a ticket that she didn't pay.
Right.
And then we both went to jail, but they let us both go and just squash the whole thing because they were like, this is fucking stupid. And her and I broke up later on, but that had nothing to do with our breakup. We just had too much to drink, and she fucking called the cops because I wouldn't let her drive, and that was all it was.
Right. Came from JLR.
So,
he's a clown. That's what he does. He points the finger, gaslights, but no accountability, man. That's how that dude is.
Right. And his posts on Twitter are like convicted woman abuser. Like, what? And people just take that shit like it's truth because he's JLR investigates and he's so credible. And, so I now here we are. And I'm like, okay, so I wonder if JLR is now going to be adopting the whole innocent until proven guilty philosophy that we've always criticized him for not doing. For
very good point.
You know what I'm saying? Real quick to point fingers at people and go blah 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 because there's a whole graphic of pitchforkers to fucking milk money out of. You know what I'm saying? And he knows that. So now I wonder if he's going to all of a sudden be like, oh my God, we live in a society where it's innocent until proven guilty. And we live in a society where the burden of proof is on the prosecution and on the state, blah, blah, blah. He's not going to do that now. I wonder if he will, but it'll be interesting. I hope he does. It'll be interesting because I wonder if he'll retract the lies he said about me because I seriously doubt it. But I wonder if he will.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it. All right, dude, I gotta let this lady up to explain these all this shit about the show. I'm not trying to rush you. I appreciate you.
No, you're good. I appreciate you letting me jump on. I was just curious about the Dolly thing too, but now.
Okay.
So now there's a lady accusing Dolly now.
So Dolly sent the Dolly's girlfriend. It's a picture of her all busted up. Yes, PJ sent a picture to somebody who's going to come up right now and explain all the receipts and all the communication between her and PJ and, further expose this because I have these screenshots, but it would be better for her to tell them. And it's just, because they'll say, oh, it's dental work or this and that. It's unreal how some of these people just won't take in reality sometimes. It blows my mind, dude. It really does.
Yeah, no. And I mean, these people judge people based on their subscriber count. Like, oh my God, there's no way they couldn't. There's no way these people could make human mistakes. There's no way that these people can, there's no way that these people can be hypocrites. That's impossible, but we haven't learned from Lauren Matthias anything, have we? No. We haven't learned from, we haven't learned from Ruby Frankie. We haven't learned from, so it's just really funny to me. Like, people vet your information. Vet your information. It's just, if somebody accuses somebody of something, ask them for receipts. It's not that hard. Like, don't just jump to a conclusion and assume that they're fucking guilty of something, and look at where the information is coming from before you start jumping to conclusions. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything coming from JLR, how is it ever credible? It's never been credible. Show me where JLR shows receipts where he accuses somebody of something and then the cops didn't do anything about it, or the cops hadn't already done something about it. But he's very, very quick to just throw accusations at people and never show any receipts because you guys want to hear it, because you guys have made your mind up about somebody who everybody's talking about on the internet, so just vet your information better, demand receipts. It's not that hard.
It ain't. All right, well, I appreciate you, man.
Thanks, man. Have a good one, bro.
You too. Shout out to the Glare. I'd have him on way longer. He's good. He's been outspoken about JLR. He's talked about all these people. Look, his channel has taken off. He's growing. I'm happy for him. We had a little back and forth back in the day, dumb stuff. Talked it out. But I think he's a little bit. He doesn't cover it anymore. He has. Sierra, I dropped it. Appreciate his insight, but he's right about the whole innocence until JLR is the first one to come out with a wild conspiracy and tell everybody it's to blame these parents. I think Will just nailed that on the head. He probably will be screaming innocent until proven guilty now, which seems to be what the fangirls are doing. Sarah, I dropped it. But yeah, I just need to have, here goes Sierra, so she can walk us through these receipts here. Okay, here we go.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, mama.
Okay, so the first one you got pulled up here.
Yeah.
It's PJ. Okay, these are my screenshots. This is me and her when we were friends, and she's sending me. Sorry, I mean chicken. I mean fried chicken. You know, grease.
Oh shit! Hold on, I took that. There we go.
Okay. And,
go ahead.
Yeah, this one is where she's showing me a thumbnail. I don't know whose video this is, but she's showing me a thumbnail because Jimmy is sitting next to BHB and she's questioning whether they actually had sex or not. And I'm asking, like why would he?
Looks like it's a Molly video, if I had to guess.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Yep. And I'm asking her, like, why would, he deny it now? Like, what's the point?
Right.
And so we're talking about it. Yeah.
Let me get here. Now we go to here, which is can you do me a favor and delete the entire combo and show me you did it? I'm about to end my I'm about to on my end with a lot of people. It just feels better right now. That it looks like you may have done it or something.
No, she cleared out her messages with me, and she wanted me to clear out my messages with her so we wouldn't have these receipts today.
Gotcha. Now, okay, gotcha. All right. So I'm trying to show the chat. It's probably about as big as I can get it. As long as you can see it, that's all really that matters. Okay, so moving along. Then are these in order, Sierra?
I'm sorry, what?
Are they in order?
No, they're random. Just what I saw that was pertaining to what you were talking to, because I couldn't find the original screenshot with her busted face and with the time and the date. She might have deleted it because I was scrolling and didn't see it. So it might be on my playlist. I'm not sure.
All right, but it's more. We got the screenshot, which is the importance. Good thing you did that, because when you do on Facebook, when you talk to somebody on Facebook, I did a live on this a while ago. It pertains to Don Wells of all people. Like, people can just delete their messages, so it changes the. It changes the comment. Okay, go ahead. So what's this about?
Okay, so this one is she's like questioning like his love for her, and she's saying that sometimes love's not enough, and it's basically me like coaching them to stay together. Like, she tries to say she doesn't know me, that we're just crazy women. Well, if she doesn't know me, then why am I clearly trying to help?
Right, and you can clearly see it. It's her stuff. Well, all of you guys are crazy. Anybody who speaks out and says that any abuse that he's done, I mean, chat, this is what we've been learning through all this Dolly exposure. They're all crazy. They're all lunatics. They're all psychotic. They're all the women are, right? It's amazing. But when it comes to BHB, they don't say that about her. But what they say about BHB is, oh, it never happened. She's lying. And there's court documented receipts where BHB is talking about, having sex with Dolly. But there's all this denial on the end. They everything is other than reality, right? This is not PJ's Facebook. This is not there's no way this is a conspiracy. There's no way these are my messages to Sierra on different platforms, on texting, on Facebook. This is all a conspiracy. Everybody's lying, right? That's not my word. The AI generated, it's all made up. That's literally like what the audience must have to hear over there. Or I don't even know how to explain it, but that's what it sounds like. All right, moving along. This is going to be underneath this.
Okay.
It said I went along email. Well, at least he owns me online. What? I went along telling myself, well, at least he owns me online. I literally tried to say something. Go ahead.
Okay. Earlier, just like before you started your live, he was on his live in the airport saying that, oh, I'm not trying to hide, PJ. I'm not trying to. I have a girlfriend. I have a nice house. Da 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 da. But clearly, PJ pushed for him to own her online, because clearly here she's stating to me, well, I try to tell myself at least he owns me online. But he had no intention on owning her online because he didn't own Missa. And the girl he's talking to in Tucson, Arizona, as of this week, he blocked. And he's saying that she's crazy.
And I've posted some of those receipts on my community wall, which is funny because I'm going there right now to get another screenshot of where he is calling PJ jealous, right? And this is where he's this is in regards to the person that he's talking out there in Arizona. So here's the next person that's crazy, that's psychotic, delusional, and everything. So Dolly's for no reason.
So delusional and such a stranger that he's like blowing her phone up, like calling her and deleting messages.
Let me show that now. So if you didn't see this on my wall,
and I don't know which one of us, the lady from Tucson, I don't know which one of us she wants to do an interview with, but she said she's willing to do an interview and she might even cam up. So they're definitely going to know.
Tell her I'm down. I mean, I'm backtracking on the whole Dolly awareness. I'm talking about little bits and pieces with the JLR stuff right now, but I'll definitely get back on track and we'll be full balls to the wall.
Well,
but here you have the person that he's talking. Go ahead.
Oh, I was thinking like it's kind of weird. Like I was thinking this earlier. Like I wanted to ask you and the Glare, but I'll just ask you. With the true crime community and people who cover true crime or follow true crime, is there like some type of mental illness to where people who do true crime sometimes are involved in true crime? Or like
I've never heard that.
Or like,
but,
or like perpetrate true crime, or
so that's actually a very good point.
Like
and
there's a psychological thing.
Yeah, and after the stuff with JLR came out, and I wouldn't put this past Dolly either, because Dolly came from a genre where he was talking about hip hop. He didn't care about the kids. He wasn't about saving the kids. He used true crime because his channel grew big. He used to talk about R. Kelly and Tupac, which is fine. That's fine if people do that content. But where was his passion at when he was running that channel, which is actually the exact name of the screenshot that he has on his Facebook, which is called Jimmy Jams TV, his old channel. But here you see him talking to the person that he's within on Arizona, and they say, you want to get a grab to eat. If PJ finds out, she'll get mad at me because she gets jelly. But to your comment, I thought about something. There was all these weird calls to TMZ in the Nancy Guthrie case. That is absolutely something that where, I wonder if that was, think about that. Who are these people that are just randomly calling TMZ?
I thought about that too. I thought about that too.
There's definitely something to what you're saying, but I don't know if the Glare or myself could give you a legit answer on that. He might, but I don't know.
I tried to give Glare some credit.
So this is weird. Like I've never, ever, ever, ever said that I owned Noelle. She's not like my property. That's my wife. Matter of fact, let me retract that statement. I've never said I owned any girlfriend that I was ever with. That's really weird. That's a really possessive term or Why would you want to own? That's weird.
Yeah.
And
Or she
she's
wants to
admitting
be
that.
owned.
That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
But okay, here's more communication. Where was that at? Did I just show this one? So this is now, I went along telling myself, well, at least he owns me. I did show this. So it's underneath this one.
That's
so,
like a continuation of the same conversation.
Now, what incarnation is this thing?
What? Which one? Oh, this is a note she left. This is embarrassing. This is the note that she left him because he wouldn't talk to her, and she's clearly letting Jimmy know that she's been off her cycle for a few hours and she hasn't had no D.
Jimmy, I'll read it out loud. Jimmy, I'm sorry I wake up cranky too. Why can't you go do it, but I can't? I tried to tell you what bothered me and you hurt and you shut me up and I just wanted this handwriting is horrible. Let's try it again. Jimmy, I'm sorry. I wake up cranky too. Why can you go do it, but I can't? I tried to tell you what bothered me and you shut me up and I just want you. That's it. I can't even say sorry without you being mean. Now, just let me talk, please. I love you, dickhead. Love me. I haven't been bleeding for a day and literally have I don't understand the rest.
Yeah, I guess she hasn't had any dick since she's been off. But basically, this is like an example of the toxicity, you know.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I leave Noelle notes. We write on the mirror to each other and stuff. But
oh, like when it's foggy.
Yeah. No, we have a black marker in our bathroom mirror. We leave text. We leave messages and stuff. And yeah, this one says, "I wake you up and it's the end of the world, but you can do whatever you want. I'm not jealous of those old hags. They can disrespect me all day. I just won't watch it." And what is this? This is from him to her?
Yeah, this is her personal text messages with him. Her pet name for Jimmy is My Jammy.
Got it. Okay, so underneath this guy, we got.
And then she types all that, and he says whatever.
You can disrespect me. He says whatever. She says, "See, you're mean. You make me mean, not on purpose." But she wants to be owned by this. It's super weird. Let's see. PJ is stop being okay. So then it says, "My feelings. It's not fun, but I guess every now and then everyone is mean." He says, "Stop being grumpy and bitching about YouTube." Oh, I told you they fight about YouTube.
Yep.
She says, "Okay, I was done 5 minutes after it happened." I already called this. I already know they do. So underneath this, we have, it looks like.
And I have a question. Like, how does Jimmy trust her if she's sending me their private messages? Just a thought.
I think that you don't think that she's just hitting you up on the side because you know him and she trusted you, but maybe not to say nothing or show anything.
Or she's thinking that I know him a little bit better and she can figure out how to patch things up at the time, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
she's scared to talk to me now.
Right. So this is a comment here. This is what, Peggy?
Yeah, Peggy had left this and PJ had screenshotted it and sent it to me.
It reads, Jimmy has 3 dead ex-girlfriends. The most recent was 2018. Benny Keys spoke on it. Jimmy sent Benny a picture of him and the girlfriend saying she had died. Benny then asked Jimmy on the video if he killed her. Missa was in the chat, and it was the first time that she had heard about it. Jimmy had never said anything to Missa. Later on her channel, she also said that, "Babe, hey, babe, tell Benny to call." All right. Missa was in the chat, and it was the first time that she had heard about it. Jimmy had never said anything to Missa. Later on her channel, she also said that Jimmy had 2 other ex-girlfriends that died. One in a car wreck and another who died by suicide. Why has he never addressed the fact that one of his mods tried to unalive herself and was fighting for her life in the hospital? I think the only thing he said was that he's not responsible for someone else's mental health. It was weird. He was defending Brian Koberg. So I'm not going to speak about the mod, although not yet, because I have a whole story to tell in a future upcoming live about that exact situation. And oddly enough, it's different than this. I never heard about this stuff with Benny Keys, and I would have Benny come on. I hollered for wifey to call him, for him to call me, but he's busy right now. So I'll have Benny get into this. I don't know how I missed this. That's very concerning, people. Yeah, that is very concerning. I never knew this. I don't think I have to explain it, how concerning that is, right? I mean, that's wild. That is wild. That is wild. Is it? Oh, it continues? Is this what this is?
It might continue. That comment might continue. Or maybe not. Is there another one after that?
Oh, let's see. It's just a double. It's a double receipt.
Oh, okay.
All
yeah,
right.
the
So,
double. Okay.
and then I sent this. Then I sent this, and then we have, everybody should have seen the Magnolia post. She posted today about the situation, but yeah, it's crazy. So with all those receipts, Sierra, that PJ has sent you, right? What has she said when it comes to you? They just pretend not to know you?
Yeah, she just said they just act like me, PCT, the girl from Tucson, Missa, we're all delusional. He doesn't know us. We're crazy. Yeah, and we're like, I'm blocked from his chat, you know. Like, I used to be in his chat, but I've been blocked for like years because he doesn't want to face the confrontation. He doesn't want to have to explain himself because he feels like he's too grown for that or too sorry for that.
It's unreal. I've already, and that's exactly what happened. All these women are delusional. And if you haven't seen before, we've had Sierra on a couple times. I've had a lot of women come up here and share receipts and all types of different incidences. Everybody has a different story, but everybody's delusional. Everybody's crazy. There's none of these messages. You know, I'm showing Sierra her text messages between her and PJ, and then I'm showing you a Facebook message of Dolly when he just the other day went up to Arizona, and that's a message to somebody that he was seeing in Arizona, right? Telling this lady that PJ gets jealous and this and that, and I posted some of the receipts on Twitter in my wall. But now this lady in Arizona is delusional, crazy, psychotic, possessed. It's like, this is like what the title is on this video, like the denial. You have to be like a complete, I'm not even gonna, it's
not only that, but everything with the JLR thing in Magnolia, like he is commenting on this situation with Magnolia and he's laughing about it. He thinks it's hilarious. I watched him the other night talk about how maybe Magnolia hit herself.
That's exactly the same stuff that JLR does, right? Yeah,
and if he's gonna say stuff like that, he should stand on it because he clearly edited his live down
Yep.
Or he deleted that live with that when him sitting in the hotel room just talking shit on Magnolia's situation.
Did he address BHB saying that PJ
yes, he did.
And let me guess that that none of that was true.
Right. He said he was like PJ would not reach out to Betty.
There's two ways that we can find truth out of this, people. If enough people tell BHB she's a liar, she will post the screenshots. One thing BHB will do is that. So somebody's lying here, and it's easy to figure out. In the little time I've dealt with PJ and Dolly, they are very predictable. They do the same thing, and they do a lot of lies, right? But it is insane. It is insane how people just don't. I'm just gonna say this, right? The quiet part out loud. I look at the analytics, right?
Yeah.
I know the age group of. So for people who may not know this, YouTube will have all my analytics, and it'll also have channels that are similar to mine by subscriber counts. They may be bigger than mine. For example, the Glare hit the panel earlier. He comes up in this, and his channel is a lot bigger than mine, right? But it'll compare analytics and stuff, and YouTube will give you. They have very good tools. It'll give you the age and the gender of people watching not only my channel but all these channels. Right. And with that being said, most people that have a brain, they can see everything presented, and but there's, like I said in the title, there's these people who they're in denial, and it's mostly, if we have to keep it real, it is mostly middle-aged women who are, and they have life experiences. A lot of them probably been through this. It blows my mind. And I don't.
I wanted to ask you a question. I don't know if you're aware of it, and I wanted to get your raw reaction. You probably already know though. Do you know that Dolly Vision was trying to blame you for the restaurant troll?
The restaurant troll? What is that?
Okay, great. That's perfect, because he was sitting in a restaurant and he was talking about how it was taking so long to get his food or whatever. And he was just bitching about he went to Nancy Guthrie's favorite restaurant. I don't even know the name of the restaurant. And apparently, someone called, like, I guess a troll. I don't know. Someone called and told the manager, hey, this guy is streaming inside your restaurant and he's talking shit. And the manager confronted him. Okay. But he turned around. He was like, oh, I know who called. And the people in the chat and him were agreeing and saying, oh, we know it's WB, it's white boy, it's white boy.
Whoever did that, that's such an epic move, and I can't take that from you. But make no mistake, I would have done all that. I would have done. Absolutely, I would have done that. I can't honestly take the credit of somebody who did such an epic move, but no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I literally. Here's what I think. I say this. I don't think people really believe me when I say it. I don't watch these assholes, right? Yesterday, I made a post. I'm like, hey, JLR and his mods. And people are like, he doesn't have mods. I don't watch the dude. I've been making videos of each one of these guys for years. And I know JLR. So I know all that's fake and fraudulent. But I don't watch them. I watch clips. People send me shit. And then I do what I do off that. Unless something really is going on, then I might tune in and do, and have a little sneak and peek. But I don't do that. No way. I won't. I'm way too much. I've made too many videos on them to give them a view. Hell no. But I'm rent free in that guy's head. It's amazing that he'll claim me. He'll say that I'm calling a restaurant, right? that I'm not calling, but he'll also say that I'm beating up Noel and all this domestic violence. Then I join the panel to confront him, and he runs off like the little hobbit coward that he is. Him and JLR are the same dude. They are squares. They are lames, right? They do what they do to ladies, but in real life, they don't want no problem with no man. They don't want no problem with a man. And I've seen that for myself in real life with JLR.
I mean, from what he must have been watching your channel after the restaurant incident, because he came back online and he started describing, the JLR and the Coke bottle, sucking the Coke bottle off. And he was a little turned on. Like he seemed like he was like, dang, JLR is giving it some gawk 3000. He is throating that thing. And I was like, that's not a straight man comment.
Benny is? Is he calling or does he want the link? All right, we're going to have Benny Keys come up here and speak about that thing that I what's that? Is he coming up or no? I don't know. If he wants the link, he can have it. I don't actually know about that. With the whole dead girl, that's it. If we're talking about DV and there's dead ex-girlfriends, that's extremely alarming. And if we have history where this was told to another creator from the guy, he can't really get out of that. This needs to be out there. I mean, people that have been through domestic violence, please raise the word in the comments. I mean, that's about as much awareness as you want to put out, right? To prevent it happening again. I don't know if Benny's going to call or hit the link. He can have whatever. I
see him in the chat.
I see him in chat. Benny, I'll drop the link. I don't remember any of this. I'm sure you do. Oh, he's got the link. All right, here he goes. Benny with the receipts, with the facts, remembering.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What's happening, Benny? Good to have you.
Thank you for having me, sir.
So, did you see that screenshot that I showed?
I was in the shower getting ready for a quinceañera.
All right. So there was somebody was explaining that. Let me just read this to you and just stop me. Just whenever you just tell me to stop whenever you remember the situation. Okay. So so you were brought up, nothing bad, but it was right. It was right. Give me a second. Right here. So just stop me when you remember.
Okay.
Jimmy has 3 dead ex-girlfriends. The most recent was in 2018. Benny Keys spoke on it. Jimmy sent Benny a picture of him and the girlfriend saying she had died. Benny Keys then asked Jimmy on the video if he killed her. Missa was in the chat, and if the first time that she had heard about it, Missa being his ex. Jimmy had never said anything to Missa. Later on her channel, she also said that Jimmy had 2 other ex-girlfriends that died.
I knew about the one. Well, so somebody had texted me and or emailed me, whichever one, and they were disclosing to me that he had a girlfriend that died, and I actually wasn't aware that there was 3, but I knew that there was the one, and they said that she had passed as a result of some health issues, but I think Dolly was a different, even yet a different person back then. I think that there was probably a lot of drugs and booze and different things, and so she passed as a result, as I remember, from just living hard.
Gotcha. That's so. I just want to see if you remember that, so we can get some clarification.
Yeah.
So you did. I didn't even realize it was 3 by reading that. That's crazy as hell.
Well, isn't he like 70?
Who's that?
Dolly, he's like 70 or something, isn't he?
Oh my God, Benny.
he's that's a good point. He's 56, 56, and still,
So quite naturally, mathematically, a lot of them women went by the wayside already.
That's true. Very true. Yep.
Went to the upper room.
The upper room.
Yeah. All right. So I just wanted you to verify that, man, because your name was in it, and I don't ever remember. I remember you guys I remember that whole situation with you and him. I don't know how that. Maybe I forgot, but I don't remember you covering that or talking about it. But then we weren't on really good terms then. But still, I thought I would have heard anything about that. That's wild. First time I'm here and see people. We learn everything, man.
Well, you know, Matt, it was strange because I had never had an issue with Dolly. And it was when Ernie Shell had come on the scene, and he hadn't been on long, maybe 4 or 5, 6 months or something. And I got an email from Dolly, and he was like, "Hey, you know, you're streaming Ernie, and I'm his channel manager now. So if you don't take these streams down, I'm going to strike you and take your channel." That's where it started, right there. And yeah, and so then I was using then he made some silly video about me and made me put my face on the Hitman. That's where it all started. So then I called myself Hitman Benny Keys. And so it was like it was ramping up. And then the whole Nashville Ryan Upchurch thing happened. And when that happened, the gal the gal that was there with him or whatever, she told me her story. And in fact, she heard.
Go ahead and speak on it. You can
that he had assaulted her and put her like in this weird kind of hockey hold. That's how she termed it. Was like some kind of hockey hold with her arms kind of all, you know, spaghetti behind her head, and that you know, that he had finished before, you know, the whole thing really got to even first base. So thankful for her. But, you know, Missa was also talking to this gal at the same time. And I just was like, well, what do you want to do? Because we've reached a point where you've told me your story. We've talked about it, this, and this. Like, it's either time to sort of move on with life or you need to take the next step.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, I'm ready to take the next step. So she told me that she was not interested in telling her story to any male detectives. So I contacted the Nashville, the appropriate office for that, and was able to make contact with a female detective, and kind of had a you know, working relationship. We spoke a few times. She even checked back with me, was like, so what's up with this gal? Da, 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 da. And I don't know. I would just assume that potentially she just got afraid in the end. She was scared. The fear factor was up there. I would hate, you know, I'm one of those. I'm not going to come out here and say that a woman that said she'd been abused or victimized hasn't. I just take it for face value and I roll.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to say the lady lied. I'm you know, going to say that maybe there was some exterior stuff going on that drove her away from wanting to make that report.
And that's exactly what we've already shown by doing these lives, people. Every he has, you know, this guy, rapper or whatever his name is. He has these people attack these people. We've heard Avery speak about it. He had these people get trolled and fucked with and doxed and everything else. And as you hear Benny tell this, you could tell, what is it, Rapper J? Rapper J, excuse me. You could hear that the lady was kind of afraid to go on do this by herself. So Benny took the lead. He could only do so much with even with the authorities. At some point, she has to speak to them or whatever else. And that's where they move in. Exactly.
And I even had a conversation with the gal, like, you know, it with the detective. I was like, so you know, not familiar with that arena of the criminal justice stuff. I was like, so you mean somebody can't just call and report that they saw something, and then you have an obligation to go, you know, start tracking people down? And she was like, not with this, right? And there's so many other things that we do have that obligation, but not with this. We physically need to hear from her. And
it is.
So I did everything I could. You have an obligation to go, you know, start tracking.
I hear you. Yeah, I know you did, Benny. And also on that point, that lady was called
echo here.
Yeah, that lady was called psychotic, crazy, and all that. Dude, are you the person who joined JLR's chat yesterday, right?
What's going on, my man? Much respect to you, man. Let me can I get a couple of seconds here to clear something up?
Yes, sir.
I'm a straight talker, man, straight shooter. So I mean no disrespect to you, but I want to address a couple people. Not by names. I don't even know their names, and I'm not interested in starting any trouble. But if you knew me, if you knew what I stand for here in upstate New York for the past 30 years, then you would understand why I'm kind of like no BS, kind of straightforward, you know what I mean? Which I think you can appreciate in a world of a lot of fake and pretentious people. But to the people in the chat that were saying stop crying to me and you dropped the link, with all respect, white boy, the link doesn't work. And furthermore, what made it even more awkward and more like, I still don't understand what was up with that, my man, with all respect again, you know what I mean? When I was trying to get on there initially, and I'm taking it back about a half hour.
You're speaking about the link that I dropped?
Yeah, that wasn't working. I don't want to get stuck on that. It's all kind of trivial stuff, but I wanted to explain
Okay.
myself only because somebody came at me sideways, and I
Okay.
don't really appreciate stuff like that. I'm from a different generation, man. I was doing videos and touring with Cypress Hill and Naughty by Nature in the 90s, bro, 10 years before YouTube. So I'm kind of from a different, no disrespect to you or anyone else. You're younger, but I'm saying I've been doing it for a long time. Just don't have more on the underground. You know, I don't have obviously the followers that JLR has. But what I wanted to address real quick, I don't want to get stuck on this. I'm only addressing it because somebody disrespected me on your chat and was saying stop crying. First of all, nobody's crying. If anything, I'm trying to give you props. But let me just say this, and then I'll get to the points I want to discuss with you. At the beginning, initially, when you said, is this the guy? Is this the guy? Well, guess what? I'm trying to respond, and somebody, I'm not saying you, I don't know who runs, I don't know if you have mods, I don't really know your channel. I just
Hold
came
on.
to know you. But
Hold on
listen,
one
check
second.
this out. But check
Hold
this
on one
out.
second.
Somebody put me in timeout. What is that?
Hold on one second. What'd you say, babe? What'd you say? So timeout, it's moderators. I don't know who did that to you, bro. Don't worry
That's
about
corny,
it.
bro.
I don't block people. I don't block
That's
people.
corny though. But that's corny. I know it's not you, but that's corny, bro. Like, what is that? You
Hold
know what
on
I
a
mean?
second.
Like,
Hold on a second. One second. Say it again. What? Can't hear you. Go ahead, man. I don't know who timed you out, bro. I don't know. It's the chat. It happens, man.
it's all
You try-
good. We can move. We can
It is
move
what
on.
it
We
is,
can move.
but-
We can move on from that. Yeah, but that was corny, bro.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. But anyways, listen, man. It's really not about me, and I don't want to make it about me. I want to make it about you. You are the one and only that I've seen so far. And I know there's 101 people and their mom, like we say, right? Exposing them now and coming after him, and people jumping ship, and they was groupies, and now a lot of channels that supported him. Now everybody's seeing the light, which I love. I love because people need to see this guy for who he is. Which apparently, on top of everything else, now he's a woman beater, which gets zero respect in my book.
Absolutely.
I would stomp. Listen, I would stomp his ass out if that was my loved one. I would be on the next plane to Florida or Arizona and stomp him out. Again, I come from a different time, a different code. We don't do that. You know what I mean? But I want to give you props and you credit because, and by the way, no disrespect, it's white boy, but is that actually your name, your screen name? Because I don't want to call you something that you know what I mean? What do you go by?
You can call me White Boy. That's fine. That's my screen name, White Boy Radio.
That's your screen. Okay, I want to make sure because I don't want people misunderstanding, like whatever. But again, I'm not familiar with you, but I wanted to give you props because you seem to be the most genuine, not pretentious. And what I really wanted to hit on is I don't know if you put it on here, no disrespect again, but no, I don't know if you put it out there for clicks or just to see what the vibe was with your following. But if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure it was you, I apologize if I got you confused with someone else. You posted something as recent as last night, I believe. You posted something about should I, like a little poll or something, should I go down to Florida and be outside his house? Is that you or someone else?
So I live in Florida, and I already know.
Okay.
So I already know what you're gonna say next.
Okay.
And undecided at this point. Really,
That's cool.
We'll see what happens. That's all I can really say about that right now. But not to cut you off at all. And real fast, You're not old, bro. You're not old. You're blunt. You're to the point.
Thank you, my man.
You're not old,
Thank
and
you.
I'm sorry that anybody was fucking with you in my chat. I respect you, and I gotta give you your flowers because you told that dude to his face
I appreciate you,
what
bro.
what it was, and if that makes you old or corny, or if that makes you any other word, I want to be like that. That's what I want to be. Don't pay attention to people who are trying to troll you. There's a whole bunch of his people in here, and they already
Yep.
don't like you. But he immediately lied on you and said that you made a bunch of videos about him and all this, and he wouldn't address anything that you said. I give you a lot of props, but you're not.
I've been trying to go. I see somebody upstate New York, Louis. Yeah, Louise, upstate New York. That's where we at. But I want to say this. I appreciate that, and I'm one of the. And I don't brag. I don't say this to brag because my channel is kind of like I said on the underground. I got like 14,000, so obviously I don't have the following that he does. And again, I started when it was cable access in 1994. My videos of Method Man, Wu-Tang, Naughty by Nature, you could find them on my channel. So again, it come from a different time. But I started exposing JLR about a year and a half ago. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm saying I think I was ahead of the curve in many ways because I saw through this guy. And I want to say something here. And again, keep in mind, no disrespect to you or anyone, any of your followers. And please understand where I'm coming from, okay? I don't want to necessarily go in a politics way, but I got to speak my mind real quick if I can. Can I do that real quick? Can I say something that it's maybe a little controversial, but is that cool? Okay.
Go for it.
So here's the problem, man. And again, it's just me, one small guy in Rochester, New York, upstate, damn near Canada, in between Buffalo and Syracuse. So this is just my take. JLR's base, and I'm probably kind of preaching to the choir here because I think you probably know this already, but still, I want to get it out. His base and the reason for his success, and this is why I lost respect for the guy before he put his hands on a woman. Obviously, that's the epitome right there. There's no coming back from that. But when I first lost respect for him is when he helped fuel and spread the most nastiest MAGA lies and MAGA conspiracies, especially about the Somalians or whatever eating cats and dogs. None of that ever happened, bro. And his base, and again, no offense to you, I don't know what your political leanings are, but again, we could agree to disagree. That doesn't mean if you like Trump, I don't respect you. It doesn't matter. I respect you already because of how I feel you are. I just get a good vibe from you that you're in this to really do good and expose who he is, you win. That's a win in my book right there. I could care less who you vote for, but his base, and I think this is something that I don't know if a lot of people are missing, his success and the reason why he's made thousands upon thousands of dollars is his base is overwhelmingly that same MAGA base who is finally realizing who Trump is. Who Trump is. And so and here's the thing. I went on real briefly today to his live stream. I'm sure this is not breaking news, right? I'm sure you know he live streamed today.
What up,
right?
white boy?
He can't step away from that bag, right? So today, overwhelmingly, it was like, we're JLR's army. We don't care. We got his back. Again, this is, and I don't make fun of anyone with mental illness, bro. Not at all. Not at all. So please don't misunderstand this. But you said it earlier. You said something to show you that I've been watching you for about an hour today. You said it perfectly, white boy. You said cult-like. No. I'm going to make it better than that with no respect. I'm going to fix what you said. It's not cult-like. It is a cult. So what we're seeing, and it should be scary on every single level for everyone on here right now. What we're seeing is a small slice of what's happening in this country on a wider level of the reason that Donald Trump was elected because of that cult. And that is why he has taken off.
Hey, Davey.
Go ahead.
Respectfully, there's a few things that I wanted to address.
I don't even know who you. I didn't even know there was somebody on here. So respectfully, but I don't even know who you are.
I'm about to introduce myself to you real quick. Okay.
So let me just say this real fast, and I'll give you the floor, Diamonds. Look, when it comes to JLR, you do realize he said that Trump took his virginity and Portham had gay sex. He did a lawsuit, right? You do realize there's pictures of him with Hillary Clinton and then there's him with Trump. You realize
he's a troll. He's a troll, right?
Oh yeah. All right, go ahead, Diamonds.
So what I wanted to let Davey know is that there's only like 2 or 3 mods in the chat, and the person that you said timed you out or dropped the link and it didn't work was White Boy's wife, Damaged Goods.
Okay, I did see that name on there.
Yeah, so she goes by Damaged Goods, aka Noelle, right?
Okay.
So she did drop you the link that worked. I don't know what was going on, but
yeah, it wouldn't work, which is weird because when I know you guys are gonna laugh when I say this, which I'm glad it worked when JLR put it on his chat or dropped it. I'm old school, and I'm sorry, I'm not using the right lingos here. Again, I'm from a different era, you know what I mean? So I'm not tech savvy. I'm not this whole StreamYard. I've done a lot of streams before, but so for some reason, when I'm glad that when he dropped his, and I clicked on it yesterday, which is I think the clip that some of you guys and girls have seen. I'm glad it worked. For some reason, it didn't work. But again, I didn't want to get caught up in that. I just didn't understand at the beginning.
Yeah, most
somebody
definitely.
timed me out, and I'm like,
we respect the fact that you
Look at this
went
clown.
up there.
Look at this clown right here. Oh, he took it off. Shut up, old man. All these YouTube. See, this is why I don't do good on stuff like this, because again, I'm from a different era.
Listen, you're reading the chat.
I had to get rid of it, dude. Like
he's reading the chat. What I just wanted to say was he came up here bitching and he didn't understand that who Noelle was and why she did what she did. Okay, that's number one.
Questioning number people with the wrench.
For him to come up here and talk about MAGA like everybody that's part of MAGA or whatever is like JLR. No, I'm sorry. I'm MAGA and I am not like JLR. Like you can't compare the two things. And I'm from New York. So but yeah, that's all I wanted for it to be known that it was, it wasn't out of like hate or spite. You know what I'm saying? Like he kept repeating himself. She did what she does, and that's it. Period.
So, thank you, Mama. I appreciate that.
All right, I'm gonna drop down. Love you guys.
Love you, Diamond.
Diamond, you the shit. I love you, Mama. So, listen, man, I had to keep the guy off. I respect him for what he did to JLR. But you're not. I'm having a conversation about like domestic violence and what like JLR did. Listen, if you don't like Donald Trump and you have Trump arrangement syndrome so bad that you want the link, right? If Donald Trump is so fucking rent free in your head that you're gonna try to crash a live about domestic violence, bro, what in God's name? And I can't let no woke weirdo have this stage to begin with. But we're not talking about no politics. But you had a moment, bro, where you're clowning JLR, and you could have went with that. Your TDS is so bad it consumed you, and this is the real problem in America.
He was ahead of the curve, though, bro.
You people are so consumed. We're talking about domestic violence. Why are we talking about Trump? It's weird, bro. You people are obsessed and all that. Well, I'm done talking about that. Had to kick dude off. I respected what he did yesterday, but dude, look here, man. I'm sorry that it's crazy. Like it's wild to me. This is a good point. People like that, it's like you can't tell them nothing, right? They hate Donald Trump, and that's fine if that's your view. But the point of this live is like a domestic thing, and you come want to talk about Trump, but the people who won't take in the receipts, right, about these creators, it's almost like they have TDS. It's almost like they have domestic violence abuse awareness syndrome, and it's the same. You're dealing with the same type of person, and it's wild, dude. Holy shit. And I let him talk. And he had to, like, that's how somebody is that has TDS. They'll try to steal the stage. And okay, here's my hatred for Donald Trump. Who gives a fuck? We're talking about domestic violence. Holy shit, this guy. Holy shit. All right, anyway. It's wild. All right, guys, we're probably going to wrap it up, man. I've been on here. My voice is gone. Thank you, Benny, for coming up.
Yep, thanks for having me, Matt. Good to see you, Sierra.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a great day.
I'm going too.
All right, Sierra.
All right. Do you need me?
No, I'm losing my voice. I've been on here too long.
Okay. Okay, bye.
So, all good. Thank you for my moderator, Diamonds, who is not going to sit there and be quiet. She will hit that link. She will straighten somebody. And I already knew where she was coming. But I saw her. I'm like, oh, shit. And then I was reading the chat, too, and I saw you guys, like, with the dude. Like, it's weird. And then you're lying. The link magically didn't work for you, but it just happened to work for everybody else. Like, dude, you had like a noble thing that you did like yesterday, a noble thing, and you let derangement consume you. I'm gonna pray for you, right? A matter of fact, I got something for you. I got something for you and everything you said.
Listen, you're fake news. You're fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news.
All right, guys. That ought to aggravate him a little bit. I'm losing my voice. Until the next one, we'll continue it. Trump 2028. Just kidding. Domestic violence is serious, y'all. Take in the information. And I hope y'all had fun. Peace. What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Do me a favor, hit that like. Subscribe to my clip channel at White Boy Radio Clips. And in the description box is the link to be a member. Become a member if you can. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Stay safe, stay smart. Peace.